Hi, my name is Peter Gold, and I recorded the following video before technology is what it is today. So the audio is a little rough, the video is a little blurry, but I think it's good enough to practice to, which is its intended use. So hopefully it'll be of use to you, of service to you, and I may re-record it in the future, I may not, we'll see, but for now it is what it is, and I hope you enjoy it. Archetypal Qigong is a body-based form of moving meditation practice that uses images, imagination, and metaphor to contact and communicate with the unconscious. It is another portal to the deep psyche, like dreams, active imagination, and slips of the tongue. Though the imagery used to create each form's psychic aspects is universal, the images that emerge for each practitioner are particularized to his or her life because they emerge from his or her psyche. The soul set is a sequence of archetypal Qigong forms that turns the body into an alchemical crucible within which ego and self mix to produce a third thing, a renewed soul. The soul set's forms and their sequencing emphasizes this process of individuation, of soul making. Standing with tree begins as the palms float up and settle across from the collarbones. The perineum is drawn deeply into the core of the earth as the top of the head, the crown of the head ascends skyward. It's as if there's an imaginary beach ball between you and your torso, invisibly supporting your hands and your arms. The tongue is gently behind the front teeth at the top of the mouth. The shoulders are relaxed. You can feel connection both to the sky, to the heavens, and to the earth that goes through you, through the central through the central channel of your body. The Chong Mai in Chinese medicine, the Shushung Nadi in the Ayurvedic system, going straight through the central channel, this spinal column, as if there was a section of piping that was missing that your body fills to connect the heaven and the earth. Notice how the negative space around your body is supporting you, supporting your arms, your head, your hands, the beach ball. Identifying with the tree's trunk and the support of its rooted depths and its inherent tranquility and strength. Standing still. Standing still The gaze is looking at everything and nothing in particular at the same time. The shung gaze, it's a soft gaze. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, tongue gentle, the top of the mouth behind the front teeth. This is the tree of your life, place to come back to. You can learn a lot from a tree. Its ability to sway in the wind, its reliance on its deep roots, strong trunk to keep it stable and sturdy. And as you're ready, allow the hands to begin to descend almost imperceptibly, feeling the energy correspondingly rise up the back of the spine as the hands descend. Hold on to the energy, but release the physicality of the form as your hands descend. Allow the energy to pool in the middle fingers once the hands have completely descended. And then when you're ready, you can wash the energy that was just cultivated over your face, brushing the hair back, pulling down the ears. Give a good massage to the ears, back of the neck, and the rest of the body. The sits bones, the kidneys, get a good massage. The joints, especially the wrists and the elbows, and everywhere else. Being mindful not to exclude anything. Then uprooting 1 foot at a time, consciously, and then beginning to shake. Shaking any excess negativity, any stagnant energy, any toxic energy. Allowing that energy to shake off of you, to slough off of you, to break off of you like a dry shell, its pieces falling to the earth. And the shoulders shake high, shaking the tail feather, shaking the wrists and hands, shaking everything. Shake your mind, shake your ego. Give yourself a nice subtle massage with this shaking. You can pick a foot up, shake a leg, shake the other leg, allowing all the turbid energy, toxic energy, excess and stagnant energy to fall off, to resume a more harmonious balance within your body and around your body. And slowly coming to an end, let the shaking taper off until you come back to stillness. Then we'll begin the soul set. Sunrise being the first exercise, the first form of the soul set. So we'll begin by pressing the thumbs into the index fingers on both sides and rooting deeply down into the earth. And again, and one more time. And bringing the hands way up and out, way out and over and down and curling around and rising the great fireball from the earth. This image is a form of dawn, the great sun rising from the depths of the sea and its mysteries, aligning yourself with those inevitable forces that turn the earth, that rise the sun every day, infusing joy and courage into the body. Sunrise places one in contact with the inevitable forces of renewal, ascension, and expansion. It implies the power and inevitability of the cosmic forces. Anchor the solar system. And by aligning with those forces, we find our place in the universe. We align with those forces and they align with us. Especially that force of the great fireball rising. We rise it and it rises us. And then the transition to spreading the waters. Second form in the soul set. Spread the waters of a great tumultuous sea out before us. Imagining it turning to glass as our hands pass across it. Listening for what needs to be calmed in your life. Allowing those things to be calmed. As if you were the only person that could calm the sea. The sea depended on you for its calm. And then transitioning into turtle swooping. One searches the deep depths for the current that's the source of all currents in our life. The chin leads out and then across and then down, searching beneath our reflections for what's most true. Picking up again the most essential current in our life. Reconnecting with it. Pressing the opposite hip down with the opposite hand as you rise and descend. The upper body independent from the lower body. The lower body rooted, stable, the upper body serving the searching eyes, using your X-ray vision to look through the shells of your life, perhaps, to what's living within them. And then transitioning to Ouroboros, the elbow draws across, and then the hand scoops, and the elbow pulling across, settling, scooping, as if you're scooping the bottom of a silty riverbed, and the muck falling off as the hand ascends, and then the sun drying the mud to dust, and then the dust settling back again into the water. As if you're pulling a new moment out of time and then returning it back to the great river of time. The Ouroboros, of course, the old symbol for renewal, both macrocosmic and microcosmic, symbol of an animal eating its tail, often a dragon. So Ouroboros in the soul set reminds one of the constantly renewing and ending nature of time, of each instant. And transitioning to the other side, drawing, settling, and scooping. Allowing the silt to drop off, dry, and then the dust to settle. Sometimes I think of an old microfiche machine coming across my viewfinder and then back down into the timeless world. Each moment beginning and ending, and also aerating the river bottom, providing some space for the muck, some air for it. The eyes follow the hand as it descends, comes across, and ascends. Same number of repetitions on each side. And one more. And transitioning the forearms, scissors up. Come back down, hands settle, and into carry tiger to the mountain. The image of this form is of carrying an old tiger and his bones up to the mountain and offering him to the heavens. Maybe the tiger's a relationship, or a memory, or a regret. Allow yourself to be caught by the earth and picking up what needs to be released and offering. Releasing the corpse of one's life to renew the golden self within, says Michael Meade. This corpse can be an outdated, repeated action or an isolated experience. Gathering, collecting, and releasing. Trying to make the movement as seamless as possible. Same speed throughout. And transitioning into Hourglass Heart. So we infuse personal heart with the universal love energy of what's animating existence. We fill it with the ocean, and then it eventually dissolves. Any dualistic thinking, feeling. So there's a unity of experience, a dissolution of the personal ego self. Gathering the Atman, the Brahman, the Ananda, the joy, bliss, and true nature of things, infusing our personal heart and then returning it back to the universe, the apparent, and losing its grip. Energy flowing in the shape of an hourglass. And then transitioning to Iron Bridge to Destiny. Reconnecting with the blueprint of our life that we signed up for upon birth, the daemon, the brilliance, returning to our inner compass, connecting through an imaginal bridge that extends far beyond the horizon into the destiny that awaits in the infinite recesses of the universe. And then wafting ourselves back to ourselves. Gaze ricochets off the fingertips, far beyond the horizon, and then we pull back our destiny from what seems like across the universe. And making each repetition mindfully. Iron Bridge to Destiny. And transitioning into Loose Fists. We gather universal energy filter it through the blueprint we've just reconnected with and drop the seeds into the earth. Rotating the elbows so we gather from the universe and dip our fingers into our heart like fondue, and then gently bring the seeds to their resting point in the earth. Letting the perineum begin the descent in the pelvis. The perineum draws you lower, and then the feet press to ascend as the seeds smatter into the earth. Plenty of seeds falling into the earth, and then transition into Tong strokes beard. Old sage stroking his beard comes out from the chin, and we plant the seeds that we had just previously dropped into the earth, planting the seeds, coaxing the trunk that will soon grow. From those seeds, the energy coming through the top of our head, the crown, through our chin, and then into the earth, piercing the earth deeply into the core of the earth. And then we transition into Phoenix Rising, sifting transition of one repetition, and then forearm scissors again, and we rise from the ashes like a great firebird, rising from the dust-like remains of things that have been burned up. Use the energy of the sun that we gather at the top of the form to nourish the heart, guide our way down, and then we rise with power, resurrection, renewal, wisdom, and leadership, all things that come from Phoenix Rising, placing our bodies in this archetypal form. Reconnecting with these energies in us. Pulling the Zeus energy from the sky into the heart, and then rising up from the earth just before you're about to take off. You've learned your lesson from Icarus. You don't go too high, you stay grounded in the power that's yours. Nothing more, nothing less. Transition into greeting the shadow. The gaze goes out through the index and thumb. We scoop out what's behind, making sure that we remember our shadows after we've connected with our power. Bring it out for the world to see. Jung said the shadow personifies everything that the subject refuses to acknowledge about himself and is yet always thrusting itself upon him, directly or indirectly. So we preempt the shadow by asking it to come out, so that we can see it and everyone can see it, and it's clear, at least that scoop, what's going on. And then the last form, transitioning into Dolphin Swimming, bringing the energy in the kidneys, our prenatal energy, through our heart, lining up our chi with our destiny and our heart's affections, the holiness of the heart's affections that John Keats wrote about, so that our lives are aligned. Swimming in a sea of love that's come from our heart, originated in our kidneys, prenatal chi, aligning everything that's come before in the set to its optimal place in our heart. And then a final washing our face and our head with the energy we've cultivated, pulling down the ears again, a whole system of acupuncture devoted just to the ears, back of the neck, and the rest of the body, being sure not to miss any surface areas, sits bones and the shoulders, hands, just washing everything with all the chi, the various types of chi we've cultivated during this practice. And then one hand over the other, and we move into the final form, the single post set form, animal walking, uprooting carefully each foot, and then beginning our walkabout in the forest like an indigenous hunter, not wanting to snap any twigs, having the movement again be as seamless as possible. Animal walking dilutes haste and impetuousness while infusing mindfulness, equanimity, and nuance into each step. So we've cultivated various energies throughout the soul set practice, and now we are practicing walking anew with the benefit of all of those energies with us as we step into ourselves, step into the world. The bottom of our foot becomes like a steamroller with great sensitivity. So the outside back corner contacts the earth first, and then the rest of the foot rolls sensitively so as not to spook anything. We walk in a pattern, and then we break the pattern. So each step is fresh. And each Each step is all that exists in that moment. Animal walking. You can imagine still the central axis through you, connecting the earth and the heavens to your spinal column. Goes all the way through you into the deep earth, into the high heavens. You connect each one in motion with your walking. Enjoying the sensation of the grass on your toes if you're outside, or the floor on your feet if you're inside. And then coming to a close, returning for a final close to a stance wider than shoulder width. And we exhale one time with the arms, and again one time with the arms. Again, the thumbs pierce sides of the hands, and bring the energy down and turn the soil, and bring the yang down through the body into the yin, turning the soil. And then we sift and draw up, and the hands go out to gather, and then the thumb touches index, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, drawing the energy back into the dantian, and one hand over the other, and behold what you've created. How is experience different? And we can uproot one foot. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for practicing. Thinking of one thing that you're grateful for that makes life possible.